Welcome to London Property Digest, your essential 10-minute audio recap for staying informed on London's property market. Okay, today we're diving into some surprising recent activity, a real head-scratcher in the London market. You ready for this? Nationwide data just dropped, and UK house prices jumped up in November, a big leap, way more than anyone expected.
Yeah, we're talking a 3.7% year-on-year increase, the fastest growth in 2 years. This puts the average house price at $268,144, almost back to the 2022 peak.
So rewind a bit.
Right.
Most experts were predicting way smaller growth, like around 0.2%. What's fueling this surge? What's going on behind the curtain?
Well, a few things are converging. To create this perfect storm, first remember those sky-high mortgage rates from summer 2023. They've been steadily declining, making it much more appealing to buy.
Makes sense. Lower rates mean lower monthly payments. That could tempt a lot of buyers off the fence. But isn't there a big but here? The stamp duty holiday is ending right. Usually a tax change like that makes things less attractive, not more.
You're hitting the nail on the head. The Bank of England's rate cuts have had a ripple effect, lowering the cost banks pay to borrow, which they pass on to consumers through lower mortgage rates. And this coincides with the UK economy doing surprisingly well. Low unemployment, good income growth, even considering inflation. It gives people more financial stability.
So not just about lower rates,
Yeah.
but also about people feeling secure enough to take the plunge.
Exactly. And the third piece of this puzzle is that UK households are in a good financial place overall. Debt levels are at their lowest compared to income since the mid-2000s. This means buyers are in a strong position with less existing debt burdening their finances. So we've got this trifecta of positive factors. But then you bring up the stamp duty change, and it gets really interesting.
Right. As a quick reminder, stamp duty is a tax you pay when you buy a property. Right now there's a temporary holiday, meaning first-time buyers don't pay it on properties under £425,000. But this ends in March 2025. Then that threshold drops to £300,000, meaning a much bigger tax bill for a lot of people.
Think of it this way. A first-time buyer purchasing at, say, £400,000 could save thousands in taxes by buying before the deadline. And estate agents are reporting a flurry of activity, particularly from first-time buyers trying to beat the clock.
It's like a ticking time bomb is pushing everyone into a frenzy. So we've got this strong economy, lower rates, and suddenly a deadline making things even hotter. It's a bit of a puzzle, isn't it? Wouldn't lower mortgage rates benefit all buyers, not just first-time buyers? Why the specific focus on that group?
That's a great question. While lower rates benefit everyone, the stamp duty holiday ending specifically impacts first-time buyers. They're the ones facing that sudden, potentially sizable increase in their upfront costs.
I see. So it's not just the lower rates.
Yeah.
But the combination of that and the looming deadline, that's creating this unique pressure on them. Okay, we've got this market booming.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic news for sellers. But this ticking time bomb in the form of the stamp duty change. Let's investigate what this means for buyers now and in the future. What do you think will happen after the stamp duty holiday ends? Will things cool down? Or could this be a sign of a longer-term trend?
That's the million-pound question. Nationwide predicts the market will probably stay strong if the economic recovery continues, but the stamp duty change throws in a curveball. It'll be fascinating to see how things shift when that incentive is gone.
It does make you wonder if this frenzy is a bit artificial, driven by the deadline rather than true market fundamentals.
It's a valid point. While the economy is doing well, that looming deadline could be artificially inflating demand right now. Once the holiday ends, we might see a slowdown, especially in that first-time buyer segment.
So for our listeners who are thinking of buying in London, what does this all really mean for them?
This is where your own personal situation comes into play. If you're a first-time buyer hoping to take advantage of that stamp duty holiday, the clock is ticking. You might want to ramp up your search and see if you can lock in a property before that deadline.
I remember when I bought my first flat in London, the stamp duty was a real shocker. So for those of you facing this for the first time, getting in before that deadline could save you a lot of money.
Absolutely. And even if you're not a first-time buyer, understanding these market dynamics can help you make smarter decisions, whether you're buying or selling. Staying updated is crucial. This market is moving fast, and being informed gives you a real advantage.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second. Beyond these immediate factors, what longer-term trends are you seeing in the London property market? Are there particular neighborhoods or types of properties that are especially hot right now?
That's a great question. One trend we're watching is the increasing popularity of more sustainable, energy-efficient homes. Buyers are becoming more eco-conscious, And that's starting to impact their choices.
So green features could actually add value to a property now.
Exactly. And in terms of locations, areas with good transport links and access to green spaces continue to be in high demand. Think places like Shoreditch, Islington, Peckham. These areas offer a good balance of urban living and a bit of breathing room.
Interesting. So it's not just about the property itself, but also about the lifestyle it offers.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up with some key takeaways for our listeners.
The London property market is experiencing a surge in activity, driven by declining mortgage rates, a strong economy, and the stamp duty holiday deadline. This has created a bit of a frenzy, especially among first-time buyers.
So it's a bit of a mixed bag. Great for sellers, potentially risky for buyers caught up in the hype.
Exactly. And it's a good reminder that while those short-term factors like the stamp duty deadline can create a lot of buzz, longer-term trends like sustainability and lifestyle preferences are also shaping the market.
So for our listeners out there, what would you say is the most important thing to keep in mind in this crazy market?
Don't just get swept up in the excitement. Do your research, understand your own financial situation, and make decisions that align with your long-term goals. Whether you're buying or selling, staying informed is key.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Knowledge is power in this market. So to wrap things up for today, remember to subscribe to London Property Digest for the latest updates on the London property market. We'll keep you in the loop on all the twists and turns of this dynamic market.